YouTube, welcome. I'm your host, OGMarv, and sometimes I like to put my thoughts out there. Not that it matters, because nobody gives a damn what nobody's thinking these days. Respect on the West Coast is totally different from respect down south or respect on the East Coast. And it's like two different worlds, West Coast, East Coast. But be that as it may, I have a little bit of both in me. I'm from Philadelphia. My parents are from Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. So, of course, I have some East Coast raising and as well as some West Coast raising from having lived out here in California all these years. Tonight, I want to touch on a couple of different subjects. One is this war thing with Russia and Ukraine. I about had enough of Russia and that damn Putin. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't respect him worth a damn. He ain't about shit. He's just as crazy as that damn idiot that was running North Korea. That Kim Jong-un, whatever the fuck his name was. Yeah, he was a pain in the ass, and I'm glad that the United States did whatever it took to tell him to shut the fuck up and, mind his own damn business. And that's what the name of this, the title of my show tonight is Mind Your Own Business. How hard is that to do? How hard is it to stay in your goddamn lane and just let everybody else do what the fuck they want to do as long as it doesn't pertain or hurt you in any way? That's me. I'm 68 years old. I'll be 69 in a couple more months. Obviously, like I say on my Facebook, obviously I've done something right, or obviously I've just done something right. Simple as that. You know what? This is not going to be looking very professional, but it don't matter because I ain't getting paid for this anyway. Hang with me for just a second. I need to do something real quick. Okay, pardon my interruption. I forgot to put the link on my Facebook so people know that I'm doing this. Anyway, because I don't have a large following and I'm not getting paid for this. This is something I do for a hobby. Back to Ukraine and Russia. I just think that Putin has lost his damn mind, and the only way we're going to get rid of his ass is to engage in special forces and I guess knock him off in the middle of the night sometime. To be honest with you, I don't know whether it's just him, but it seems like to me that it's just him. I think he's just over there pulling himself and just deciding, hey, I'm just going to run shit, and if anybody don't like it, fuck them. That is how they do business over there in the communist countries. They don't give a damn what you think. Hell, people here don't give a damn what you think. But, they will listen to you to a certain degree. And either agree or disagree with you, whatever. You can't please everybody anyway. No matter what you say, somebody's not going to like what you said. Somebody's not going to agree with what you said. So, you can't. You know what I do when I get in a situation like that? I just stop and think about it. And I'm not really a real religious fanatic or any of that sort of thing. But I just always remember that they killed Jesus Christ. What the fuck you think they're gonna do with you? If they'll kill a man who's just a gentle man, as it as it were. He ain't hurt nobody, and ain't done nothing to nobody. But you're gonna go kill him, put him up on a cross. If that's the true story, I'm not even sure I buy that, because I got a lot of mixed emotions about that religious thing, and I'm sure some of you are gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna go to hell." You don't know if it's a hell or if it ain't a hell or if it's a heaven or any of that. None of us know that. It's an assumption. Nothing wrong with assumptions, but the point is, I think that it was created to draw your attention away from something that you probably should be looking at more importantly, other than this mysterious God thing. I just have a hard time with the science behind that, because scientifically it's not even possible. But that's what makes the whole theory of there's this God be kind of like a fairy tale or something. I don't know. Because I actually do think when I was in college back in 2012, some class I took, we talked about that, and whether or not there's a God and all that sort of thing. Who made heaven and hell? Where that idea come from? Oh, in my Black History class, and we were talking about the slaves when they brought the people from Africa over here to work for white folk. It was suggested that that the Bible was really a diversion, something to give people some hope, but at the same time put doubt in their mind as to whether or not it was a good idea to just take over white man's land and say, look, I'm taking over this shit. You don't like it? Kick my ass. That would cause and create chaos. I can understand that. That makes sense. But at the same time, do we really know? Nothing that has surfaced so far. Hell, I've been on this damn planet almost 70 years. I ain't seen shit that suggests that there's this mythical person that is up there pulling the strings and acting like we're puppets and making us do their bidding and will. I'm not convinced of that. And nowadays there's so many people in the world, and so many different countries and different races of people, colors of people, sizes of people. It's just crazy. To me, it's just crazy. Who the hell can even really begin to fathom, how deep that really even is? Because if you sit down and think about it, it'll run you crazy. Because there are no definite answers to any of that. That's what we do know for sure. What we know is that we don't know. That's what we know. We know we don't know. Take that and run with it, because I think that's as good as it gets until you die, and nobody has died and come back and say, hey, guess what? I saw Jesus. He was right there. And if he did, everybody would be trying to lock his ass up because they think he's a nut. Because people don't, generally speaking, most people don't really believe. Not so much as they used to. And again, that depends on what part of the country you come from. West Coast, not so much. Down south, a little stronger in the belief. Back east, depending on whether we're talking back east, south, or north. Generally speaking, though, I think that that's just a mumble jumble, and people won't really know. I don't think nobody really knows. I don't even know how you're going to ever find out. I don't think you can find out. I think that's impossible, because you have to die and come back, and you can't die and come back. That can't be done. Back to the minding your own business. That is a real appropriate term or issue on a lot of levels: personal, politically, and worldly. I don't agree. I never have, when I sit down and think about the United States and what we portray ourselves as to other countries. Come on now, the United States is just as big of bells and whistles and smoke and mirrors act as anybody else or any place else anywhere in the universe. most things that we do and most things that we believe in either aren't real or are in some way enhanced to 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 make us think one thing when it's really another. It's hard to find. I'll be honest. I am one of the few people in this world. I'm not saying that because it's me. I'm saying that because I know what I'm talking about on this point. I'm one of the most honest, down to earth, as these people talk about 100% people you're going to ever meet. And if I fuck up something, I did something wrong, I'm man enough to say I'm sorry. I'm man enough to own up to it and take responsibility for it, because that's all you can do. If you really screw something up, that is pretty much all you can do, is say I'm sorry, and don't do it again. I am that man. It might have took me a while to get it, but I was like that even when I was out there calling myself being a gigolo or something. Well, I wasn't a gigolo because I didn't do it for money, but when I was running around with a whole bunch of women at the same damn time, it wasn't done the way most people do it, where they sneaking around and hurting people's feelings. I didn't hurt you with how I came and how I conducted my business or my personal life. I didn't purposely hurt or step on nobody's toes or do nothing fucked up to a person to the point where they wanted to kill themselves or wanted to just leave this fucking planet. I've had that done to me to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm ready to just fucking, pull the cord on the bus and take the next motherfucking exit off this motherfucker. Because, for the most part, people ain't shit. They're not honest. They're a bunch of liars, and they want you to think that their life is just this one big happy fruit salad. And nobody's life is like that. Everybody's life is fucked up some way, somehow, by somebody or something. That's just a fact of life, and what you do is you deal with it by coming to grips with it and being okay with it. Shit, everybody that I know that knows me knows I've been through some motherfucking shit. But even my very existence is how I got here. In and of itself, is smoke and mirrors, done by my parents, my mother for the most part. My dad wasn't too much of a smoke and mirror guy, but he was a follower. He followed my mother's lead. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't follow nobody's lead. It causes me problems sometimes with personal relationships, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and anybody that knows Marvin will tell you, if Marvin don't want to do it, Marvin ain't gonna do it, and if Marvin does want to do it, he's gonna do it. So anybody suggesting anything different or trying to persuade me to do something different, unless their powers of persuasion are that good, or the point they're trying to make is really valid, and I can see that, it ain't happening. I don't listen to no goddamn body, not especially now. Like I say, I'll be 60. I'll be 70 next year. I can't believe it. I'll be 70 goddamn years old next year. But I don't listen to nobody, and especially now, because I've been around the block a few times. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't need to ask nobody's permission. I don't need to get nobody's okay or blessing or none of that. It's all about doing whatever the fuck I want. But the bottom line is, I go to bed and sleep good every night, because I know at the end of the day, I didn't do nothing fucked up to somebody so bad that they were hurt by whatever I did. Because I don't go around fucking around with people's business. I mind my own business. You see this? You see where I'm sitting here right now? This is my man cave. This is where I sit. This is where I sit here and watch news, watch shows, do whatever I do, and come to conclusions and think about stuff. This is where I do all that, and I sit here by myself most of the time. My son comes out here and plays, and me and him kick it. But my daughter hardly ever comes out here. I got 13-year-old daughter. She very seldom comes out here and sits out here with dad. She'll do it once in a while, but usually only because she needs to talk to me about something that she needs my approval about. My 6-year-old son, on the other hand, he comes out here and plays with his toys and wrecks my nerves, but it's okay. Because he's the last one that's going to do it. I ain't having no more kids, I'm pretty sure. Fairly reasonably sure that I'm done with that aspect of my life. So, that being said, I'm not trying to hear nothing from nobody. Because I know that I'm not going to do anything that's going to affect nobody's life detrimentally or destroy their life, or do anything that's going to have any kind of lasting impact on it to the point where I was a problem. Why can't everybody do that? What is the problem with minding your business, staying in your lane, deal with things that you need to deal with that pertain to you? Because I'm like this. If it ain't going to kill me, it ain't going to hurt me, ain't going to cost me nothing, I don't give a fuck what you do. Do what the fuck you want. I have no opinion about it. I don't judge it. I don't do none of that. Because I don't, frankly, who said that? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I forgot who said that. But anyway, somebody said that and made that a famous line. And that's me. I really don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. Only thing I care about is that my Social Security check goes in my banking account the day it's supposed to. That's all that really matters to me. And of course, my children, my family, and stuff, man, they matter. But even with that, that's only up to a point. Because, my grown children, for the most part, are not exactly what I thought they were going to be when I was having them. What they've turned out to be and what my relationship with them has turned out to be is nothing like what I expected or what I envisioned or thought I was working towards. I don't want to throw them under the bus because I love them. I love each and every one. I had 17 kids. Some of them passed on, but they're still my kids. But let's say I'm deeply, I guess, disappointed, for the most part, is the word I need to use in this case. I had a couple of kids that when I was having those kids, I just knew that we were going to be going to ball games together and, maybe drinking a few beers and, be friends as well as father and sons, or father and daughters. Well, out of the 17 kids, none of them do that. Not a one. I got one kid that has a BA degree in some sort of business, something. Even that one doesn't have the wherewithal or the love for their father that they're supposed to have that would form any kind of a bond. I'm the adult. I'm not going to, I've already done what I need to do and what I thought I should have done in terms of raising them and being a part of their lives. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a fuck what none of them say. I paid in full for every goddamn kid I got. Okay? Let me say that again. I paid in full for every goddamn kid that I brought into this world or helped bring into this world. It's like having a pink slip on a fucking car. I got pink slip on them kids. You better know and trust and believe that I paid every motherfucking dime that the county said I needed to pay. I didn't get off on none of that shit. I paid through the fucking ass. And, they don't owe me nothing. No, they don't owe me a goddamn thing. But it would have been nice if the ones that had the ability to do something that mattered, did something that mattered. Because to this day, ain't never one of them done a goddamn thing for me that mattered. And that's okay. Being your dad, there's no charge. It just would have been nice to, have some worthwhile memories of my children that was worth something that I could take to whatever the next side of life is. But, it's not the way it worked out. That's not the way it's going to work out for none of you. It ain't the way it worked out for me. I don't care because, I look back. I've had some people say to me, well, you had so many children because, I had 17 kids. I fathered 17 children. Yeah, I did. But, when you have kids ain't free. Ain't nothing on this fucking planet free. Okay, even the shit they say is free, it ain't fucking free. Somebody paid for it. Usually what business does is they just, like when you go out and buy a car, whatever the rebate and all that old bullshit is that they call themselves trying to give back to you is included in the price of the package of the goddamn car. That's that MS manufacturer retail suggested price. That's what that is. That's just another word for bullshit and smoke and mirrors again. But the bottom line is, I was blessed to have those children, and the other thing too is that we don't own them. We are put in charge of them to be their guardian and watch over them until they can watch over themselves. That's what it's really all about. And I think I did that. I've had a couple of them. I know that a couple of them think that I wasn't much of a dad, but you know what? To those ones, I say, think what you want. I paid for your ass. I supported your motherfucking life when you couldn't support yourself. Same as my parents did for me, their parents did for them, and so on and so on. Because that's the circle of life, part of it. I don't regret, none of them being here or having brought any of them into the world. If I regret anything, it might be some of the mamas, but not the kids. Kids are innocent. Bottom line is, had I been minding my own business, I wouldn't have been in that shape. But it's okay. It's all right. At the end of the day, I'm all right with it. Now, Russia needs to get the hell up out of Ukraine. We, the United States, need to send Ukraine some fucking fighter jets and maybe a couple. I don't know if we should be sending any of our people over there, but we ought to give them some help, financially and give them the tools that they need to work with. Because that shit Russia's pulling just fucking bullshit. Again, it's the same bullshit that we pull, only we do it in a different way. Life is bullshit, smoke and mirrors. It'd all work out better if everybody would mind their business. And on that note, I'm going to sign off and bid you adieu and good night. Thank you for any of you that watched the show live. Thank you for any of you that watch it later. I hope it benefits somebody, just one person gets something out of what I said. I'm a happy camper. Till we talk again, be careful. Look both ways before you cross the street. And don't turn your back on nobody you don't trust. Good night.